I used to think that passive income meant sitting at the beach and just having money show up randomly out of nowhere. It's pretty much like I want money, but I don't want to have to work for it. But after actually building passive income for myself and studying it for the past 10 years, I can tell you that's nothing what it is actually like. However, it is absolutely possible. I've done it in multiple different ways. So if you're someone who wants to build income streams that require little to no effort, in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how I've done that in multiple different ways. Also, I feel a little silly in this. All right, here's the deal. Most of the time when we think about passive income, we think about like literally no work for money. And that is kind of a thing, to be honest. Like you can invest into the stock market, and let's say you want $3,000 a month in passive income coming in. You're gonna need close to like $1 million invested in order to make 3,000-ish per month if you're just trying to like live off dividends and that growing. And that is like a possibility, but I just threw that out of the window when I was getting started because I never really made a lot of money at all. And therefore the possibility of me ever getting to enough money invested that it would cover anything meaningful in the next 3, 5, 10, even 20 years was kind of unrealistic. And for me, my goal is always to have freedom as soon as humanly possible. So when I'm thinking about building streams of income that require less and less work and make more and more money, I want that to happen as soon as possible. I don't want to wait until I have hundreds of thousands of dollars saved up, because especially when I was starting, it was just that wasn't going to happen. And so even though stocks and dividends are totally a thing, I'm just throwing them out in terms of this video because it wasn't something really achievable for me to make any significant difference quickly. It was at this point that I realized that I have to stop chasing passive income and start building or buying assets. And when you have no money like I started with, building assets is definitely the fastest approach. And pretty much how I think of it is an asset is just something that puts money in your pocket every single month that doesn't require you to do anything for that, really. So generally what that looks like is you're gonna spend a day, a week, a month, a year building something or buying something. So you're putting in a lot of effort up front, but then it takes almost no effort to maintain that, and then you reap all the rewards later. So it's like, instead of getting constant rewarded, you're putting in time and effort up front, and then you're getting rewarded later on for years to come. But sometimes it will take a little bit of upkeep or work to keep that asset producing for you. And I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but the first asset that I bought was a rental property. I used a lot of leverage, I used a lot of other people's money, and I got into a rental property when I was 22 for like $6,500 down. And I did that a couple times, and now somebody manages those rental properties and they make me a few $100s every single month. And I haven't even like been to the properties in multiple years. I don't know what's going on with them. But because of the work and money and time that I put in, holy mackerel, 8 years ago, I now make passive income, and those assets are growing in their value from very little money that I put in a long time ago. But honestly, a rental is a little bit hard to get a hold of, especially now. And that's why I don't even buy rentals anymore. And I have shifted into building digital assets because those tend to be a lot easier, a lot lower cost to get into, and can pay you again for a very long time. So like a couple examples of a digital asset could be a book. You could write a book, and then as long as you have some way to market that book, or it is somewhere, you can get paid from that book for the next 100 years, like literally. You could build a course, you could build different funnels. I'll break down how I started a couple of those in a minute, but pretty much you're looking for something that's not actually 100% passive. It's something that you can build it once, put it on the internet, and then just very lightly maintain, kind of 4-hour work week, that bad boy, so that it can cover your lifestyle, it can continue to grow without you having to put 8 hours of work for 8 hours of pay. But when I'm looking for new assets to build that can pay me for a long time, I'm gonna look at my own skill set. So for you, it's probably gonna be different than for me, but for me, I realized that I have this skill of knowing how to make good YouTube videos. So actually like 2 years ago now, I created a channel for saunas and cold plunges because I saw a little bit of a hole in the market. I have made about 20 videos over the course of a year and a half on that channel. And that channel has generated over $35,000 in affiliate income and about $15,000 in free products, while I have only made about 20 videos. And I still make between $200 and about $1,000 per month. And I haven't even posted on that channel in about 6 months. But the thing is, this is not an accident. I'm not telling you to like go post some YouTube videos and you'll get rich quick or anything like that. When you're building digital assets that are gonna pay you for a really long time, you have to actually build them correctly so that they can pay you for a really long time, right? I'll share a couple other examples that aren't YouTube videos, but I wanna talk about like what I would personally do and what's worked for me and actually generated real income. So for me, I don't like selling people stuff, really. I'm not a great salesperson. Real estate agent for 8 years, and I was terrible at it. I lost money, okay? Not good. but I like helping people. I like making videos, right? So those are two things that I know. I've read over 100 books on finance and self-improvement and all that type of stuff. So I have a decent amount of knowledge with that. So how can I turn that into something that pays me even when I don't work for it? Well, for me, that meant affiliate marketing through digital assets that show up in search for a very long time. And there's actually a couple different ways that you can do this. But for me, I'm not looking to make a lot of views or anything like that when I'm building these digital assets. I am looking to generate revenue. So how can you actually do that? Well, it starts off with one path of doing this is finding a affiliate product that you can promote. So you don't have to have your own product. You don't have to know how to build a website. You don't have to be some great marketer. All you need to do is find a product that people actually need, actually serves a purpose, and find a way to get it in front of people who need that product and it would serve a purpose for them. And there are a bunch of different mediums that you can do this. You can do this with written content. You can do this with blogs. I know people who literally do all these I'm about to talk about. I'm not making anything up. These are all people I know. You can do it with blogs. You can do this with social media. This could be Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. Actually, Facebook is crazy right now. You can do it with YouTube long form content, which is what I specialize in. And so when I was making those sauna and cold plunge reviews, I was looking for saunas and cold plunges that people were searching for because they were too expensive to just impulse buy and they're looking for a second opinion on that. And then I was creating a video, giving my opinion, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but always honest. And then inside of that video, I have an affiliate link for the product. So I've been selling a couple saunas a week for the past like 2 years from these videos because people are constantly searching this and I am just a middleman between this. I don't know how to make a sauna. I don't ship the saunas. I don't have a website for this funnel in particular. I'm strictly a middle person connecting buyers with the product that is right for them. And I would say this is kind of the base lowest hanging fruit for a lot of people is just reviewing things and putting it on something like YouTube that has enormous search volume. It's actually the second largest search engine. So people are constantly Googling things. They're constantly typing things into YouTube. Like, is this sauna worth it? Should I buy these pair of shoes? Whatever they're searching. And if you can show up in search, you can make money for a really long time. I have a friend who did a pull-up bar review like I think 12 years ago now, and he still makes money from that one video that's 2 minutes long that he shot on his phone because it shows up in search. And so this is how you can take a small period of time that you're putting in. Not every one of these is going to hit, some are going to tank, but each time you're putting that out there, you can do this on Amazon or you can do this on YouTube. There's a bunch of different ways to do this, but each time you're putting a chance out there to make a stream of income for a very long time. And if you have 20 videos that all sell one product a week, now you start to stack and scale and you can generate a decent amount of income. And if you stop, maybe the income will go down, but it should continue to show up for multiple years to come, which is kind of like my ideal version of an asset. Because all I'm putting in is my time and like my brain space and not really any money. And I'm having a chance to generate something that can pay me for a really long time.
So before we get into the step-by-step, I want to show you a real example. And this is a funnel with Facebook that directly ties to what we're talking about. And I built it with the sponsor of this video, Hostinger Horizons. Now, if you don't know what Horizons is, it is an AI-powered no-code platform that lets you build and launch full stack applications and websites just by describing your ideas in plain language. So I want to show you what I actually built and how to get set up. I'm just going to select starter. You can create up to 25 websites. You can sell subscriptions, even get a free domain for a year. You can sell physical and digital products, prompt with images or voice, just tons of different options here. And then I'm going to go with the 12 months because you save money and you can use code GABE10 to save an extra 10% on top of that. So for this example, I had this idea of something called a freedom quiz where people could answer some questions and they could figure out how close they are to financial independence, which is kind of the theory we talk about in this. But like, I don't know how to build a quiz. So I talked to Horizons. I came up with this whole theory in my head and I kind of just put it down here with what the question should be and kind of examples and whatever, and then just hit enter and it starts actually building this quiz for me. While that's running, there's tons of pre-made templates. You can pretty much just describe your idea. You can edit easily with text, literally just go live with a click once it's all done. You can make online stores or websites or blogs, anything that you need, you can build it just by typing into a box. So I want to show you what I built. This first iteration is only 5 questions, but I think I'm going to try to get it to like 10 to 15 questions to really give dialed in answers. It'll actually, based on the information I gave it, recommend a next step for them. Down in the bottom is going to be an affiliate link with maybe an emergency fund. Maybe it's going to be a brokerage if they haven't started investing yet, and the next step should probably be investing if they already have an emergency fund. You can use code GABE10 for an extra 10% off. And there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. The link is hostinger.com/GABE10 linked down below. And thank you for Hostinger Horizons for sponsoring this video.
So here's the thing that I feel like nobody really talks about. Most people, when they think about passive income, they want it really quickly, right? But I don't think that you actually want passive income as much as you think you do. For myself anyways, I'm just talking about myself. I want freedom, right? I want to have time freedom. So if I want to take a week off or a month off or have a baby, I just had my third child. Yeah, tired. Anyways, then I can have time freedom, right? I want to have location freedom. If we want to travel Europe for a month, which we've done, we can do that because I can work from anywhere or I can not work from anywhere. That is something that I really want, right? I want to have something scalable. So if I work really hard, I can make a lot of money. If I don't work at all, I probably won't make any money at all. That kind of idea of if you have a job, the more secure your job is, the more steady it is, generally the less upside that you have. The more possibility you have to make nothing or make a bunch of money, like the more pressure that is on you, generally the more money that you're gonna make. So for me, I want that type of pressure. I want that scalability in a job. And my goal is never to actually achieve the 4-hour work week. Even though there's a lot of really cool ideas in that and a lot of people think they want that, I have realized that I enjoy working between 2 and 4 hours per day is generally my sweet spot. And so I always want to have some type of job that can make me more than a full-time income while working between 2 and 4 hours a day. So when you change the idea of like, I want to make tons of money without actually working to I want to do fulfilling work that helps people, that's fun, that's scalable, that I can still have something to do every day and like a meaning to my life, then I think it changes a lot of what you're trying to do, right? Because now the goal is not to just make something, whether it be real estate, stocks, or YouTube videos, or whatever you're making. The goal is not to just do that and then figure out some way to set it on autopilot and do nothing. It's a way to systematize it, do it in as little time as possible, but still being okay with never being completely out of it. Being okay with like, if I have to manage this channel on 5 hours a week or 5 hours a month or whatever it is, or this funnel or whatever your thing is, or promote my book or manage my rental property or whatever, then I'm okay with getting to that level. And when you can accept that level, the idea of making real income is actually much, much, much more achievable than this mythical, I want money to come in and not do anything for it. And that doesn't mean you completely ignore the other things too, right? As I generate these income streams, I generally try to live off one income stream, and then all the other ones can still go into buying those 100% passive ones. But I know that that's probably not gonna like actually reach the level that it means anything to my day-to-day life for another like 20, 30 years. So that's always absolute lowest priority. Doesn't mean you ignore buying stocks, using high yield savings accounts or anything like that. I do use them, but it's always gonna be the lowest priority for me. So at this point, if you want to actually start this tomorrow, I want to give you a little play-by-play. Also, if you're looking for ideas, 7 scalable side hustles, link down below, check that out. Just kind of give you some things that I've done before that might help you get started. First of all, like stop calling it passive income. Start thinking of it as building assets. And then before we even get into it, be okay with not making any money for like 1 to 2 years before you start seeing results. If you do something and you're trying to make money by next month, it's going to be really hard to do that. But if you build a foundation, if you learn a valuable skill, if you learn how to make really high quality assets, whatever those look like, whether it be apps, books, software, like anything you're doing, whatever comes quickly is probably going to go quickly. What you actually gain real skills at and build for a long time has a much higher likelihood of sticking around. So just be okay with playing the long game, and then just pick one asset class to start. A lot of people will get in this idea of like, I want to learn how to drop ship, and I want to learn how to flip real estate, and I want to do rental properties, and I want to invest in the stock market, and I want to start a YouTube channel, and I want to do whatever, right? And so the idea here is just to pick one that you have an unfair advantage at. What do you naturally enjoy doing? What are you naturally skilled at? What makes you different than other people? Are you poorer than them, richer than them, ahead of them, behind them? What makes you different that you can leverage the pros or cons of your own life to actually put things out there, your own interests, to put things out that can help people? And then maybe just pick the lowest hanging fruit. For me, affiliate income streams have been really, really solid. We've generated multiple from almost nothing, 6-figure income streams in the past like year or so in multiple different ways, mostly with social media as the top of funnel that leads to emails of some sort that lead to affiliate products that actually help people and make their lives better. And then as long as the social media, the top here, continues to just work on its own slightly, then I have to put very minimal effort in here, and then it just becomes a money-making kind of machine, which has been really cool. Like I literally didn't think this was possible and I thought it was something mythical like a year and a half ago. And since kind of obsessing about it and learning about it, we've been able to do it multiple times in multiple different niches and stuff, and it's really cool. But part of the reason this has worked so well for me is because I only look at my own unfair advantages. In some ways, I'm gonna look at proven formats, things that have worked for other people, but I'm not trying to copy people. I'm not trying to get like, how do I make money by next week? I'm trying to find things that I can build that are scalable, that I can even outsource and hire other people to do, so that I put in very minimal effort and it continues to kind of just run, even though it did take an insane amount of effort upfront. Like I think like in January, I probably put in like 100 hours learning this new Facebook funnel, but now it generates a full-time income for an employee and myself from something that I no longer touch anymore. Like they handle it now and I don't really do anything, but I had to put in a crazy amount of time, effort, and my own knowledge, which took me a lot of time and effort to gain that as well in order to build that thing. So start with learning, start with evaluating yourself, start with picking one thing and committing to it for 6 months or a year before trying something else. It literally doesn't matter what it is. Even if you end up hating it, you can try something every 6 months for the next 3 years. Now you've tried 6 different things really in depth. Most likely one of those is gonna click, or you can just think about it till you have the perfect thing, and then 6 years later, you'll still have done nothing, which is what most people will probably do who watch this video. But I don't want that to be you specifically. So feel free to drop a like if you're actually gonna do something, and also feel free to subscribe. And again, if you're looking for some inspiration, I have some scalable side hustles linked down below for totally free, kind of give you a little jumping off point, and I'll see you next week.